up, everyone? It's your girl Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace, and today we're going to do a deeper dive into the new Phlur fragrances that I picked up. So I got Mrs. Smith and Vanilla Blackberry in today's video. I figured you all would be excited about Vanilla Blackberry since this is the newest one they came out with, and then Mrs. Smith was the other newest body mist they came out with. So I figured I'd start off with the two latest body mists they came out with, then I'll give you all the new perfume and the older body mist in another video sometime this week. But if you like videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Y'all know I do a ton of makeup and fragrance content. I'm currently testing the Makeup by Mario foundation on now, the newest one, along with the new Dior highlighter palette. I bought both of them, peach one and amber glow, so make sure you go over and check out that video. I also tried out the Natasha Denona foundation, which I was super excited about because I have been waiting for her to come out with a foundation for a while. She had come out with the powder and the concealer, and I was like, Natasha girl, where's the foundation? So we finally got it. Then you all know I did a couple of videos with Tower 28. That's actually the blush I have on underneath. It's called Shirley Sunset, I believe. Then you all know I did the video on LYS as well that I got sent in PR, the finishing powder. So I do a ton of makeup videos. Y'all know I do fragrance as well though. Like I have the new Nosy fragrance, Only Human, on its way over to me now in a PR. Then I have another fragrance like I sent that's a dupe fragrance from a brand called Clone that I can't wait to try with you all. So tons of new fragrance and makeup videos coming. And if you like a good fashion video and wonder where my fashion shorts went, head on over to my fashion channel. It's Fashion with Gelbeauty-87. I do a ton of shorts over there every day. I do 1 to 2 shorts a day, sometimes 3 if you're lucky. And then every Friday I have 1 new long form fashion content video. Sometimes I'll do 2, 1 on Friday and 1 on Saturday. This week I ended up doing 2, so you got 1 on Friday and 1 on Saturday. Without further ado, let's get into this video because you came here for the fragrances, girl, and I'm excited to give them to you. So both of these retail for, I believe it's $24 or $25 a piece. Right now you can only buy this on the TikTok shop, believe it or not. I ended up finding out on the that it was coming to the TikTok shop exclusively, and that's how I ended up buying it. I had Mrs. Smith in my collection for a little while. I bought it when I bought Vanilla Nectar, but then Cherry Stem came out, and then this came out, so I just made you all wait, and I did all of them in a live that should have went over my face that you all have seen. So today we're just gonna kind of deep dive into longevity of both of these and like layering combinations and stuff. So I'm gonna have 1 on this side, and I have 3 different places to spray because I want to do 2 layering combinations and then wear the fragrance alone to see how it lasts on its own on each side. So I guess we'll start off with the oldest one, which is the Mrs. Smith. So it has the top notes of Granny Smith apple, pear, and watermelon. Then it has the heart notes of apple blossom, violet, and pink lady apple. And then it has the base notes of pink praline and musk nectar. So I was excited about this one just because it was supposed to be an apple fragrance. But in all fairness, if you all saw that live, then you heard me when I said that you could smell a lot of the watermelon in here. And I was kind of surprised about that because I know the dragon fruit one they have, you're supposed to be able to smell the watermelon in that, and I feel like you don't smell as much watermelon in that as you do smelling this. The watermelon is quite overpowering in here, which is kind of disappointing to me because I wanted obviously the apple to be more overpowering because you know it's supposed to be an apple fragrance, and with the advertising I don't feel like they show anything remotely having to do with a watermelon. So some of these companies now, I'm gonna start spraying, but some of these companies now I feel like they're like kind of deceiving us with a little bit of the marketing, I hate to say, because I saw nowhere where it mentioned anything about a watermelon with this. So I was truly disappointed that I smelled more watermelon than I did of the apple. However, because they have another fragrance that already has a lot of has a lot of apple in it as well, they give you that pairing combination so that way you can still get the apple out of it that you want, and I greatly appreciate that. Shout out to Gracel. I hope I'm saying that right because the owner, or like the original owner of Phlur was Gracel Lim, I believe is how you say it, but she has sold it, but she's still the creative director, which I'm excited about because obviously it was her creativity that got the brand to where it needed to be. So I'm glad she's staying on to give us the fragrances that we know and love from the brand that she created with love. But yeah, so this is the one Moonstone, and it has green apple in it as well. So on the website, what I've done now is they start pairing them with fragrances that'll pair nicely with stuff that you already have from them. If you're a Phlur connoisseur like I am and have lots of Phlur, you'll have some of the fragrances that they already say to have to go with it. Like I already had Moonstone, and it has the top notes of green apple, pineapple, and black currant. Then it has the heart notes of lemon zest, mandarin orange, and jasmine, and geranium. And then the base notes are sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. So I was excited that they said that I could pair this with that. So I'm going to go ahead and spray that one toward the top so we get So on the dry down of this, just in case you haven't watched the live yet, you smell a lot of watermelon. You can smell the green apple, the watermelon, and the pear in there in particular when you first smell this fragrance. So that's what lingers and stays at the top. And once it starts drying down, then you start smelling the other apples that are in there, and the musk, vanilla, and the violet. So I was happy to pair both of these together to make sure I got the scent that I wanted, which was much more apple than watermelon. Because, like, if you all didn't know, I don't really like watermelon fragrances. I, can tolerate them to a certain extent, but I prefer not to have them. So like when Snif came out with their watermelon fragrance, I wasn't super excited. I feel like that could possibly pair nicely with some other things as well that I already have and help drown out the watermelon, because it does have a sweet candy watermelon smell. Snif's sweet tooth is just, it has the main watermelon smell to it that I'm not necessarily in love with. So I feel like I might actually put green apple with that one, and hopefully that will give it a little bit more of that apple scent that Mrs. Smith has. You can use code GRACE10 on Snif's website if you need to purchase anything. I got the Kylie Eat and Juicy apple. Again, I wanted to try different apples with this apple, and since this has apple and watermelon, I figured maybe these apples in here would go good with that apple. Now, this is one of the older bottles, so it doesn't tell what's actually in here. With the newer ones, it has the notes on it, so hopefully I had the notes pop up over there. Knowing me, I did, but let's go ahead and spray it on now. And since it's a perfume, I only have to do 2. I don't have to do 4. So I've never tried it with this combination before. I already know how it smells with the Moonstone combination from when I did that video or did the live with it. But I'll give you all an idea what it smells like now. It definitely brings out more of the apple, and then like the lemon that it says it has in it, you can smell that along with the apple, and I feel like it kind of drowns out the watermelon once you put it on top. That's why I made sure I put Moonstone on top of Mrs. Smith, because I feel like if I had done it the opposite way, I would have gotten more of the watermelon, and I'm trying to drown out the watermelon because I'm not a huge fan of watermelon at all. While we let this one dry, let's talk about Miss Vanilla Blackberry. So I was super excited about this one. This has the top notes of blackberry, bitter orange, black currant, and it has the heart notes of purple freesia, raspberry blossom, and vanilla orchid, and then the base notes are amberette, musk, and amberwood. I was so excited about this fragrance, you all, because vanilla blackberry just sounds like a dream to me. To me, I just think of like blackberry ice cream, like a blackberry dessert. That's what I thought of when I heard vanilla blackberry, so I was super excited. I do have quite a few fragrances that I want to pair with this one, of course, because y'all know I love a vanilla, if you will. So I of course want to pair with Berry Styles from Snif. Hopefully I have the notes of it pop up over here, because I definitely feel like these two will go very nicely together. I feel like this brings out more berry in this than there is in this, because I feel like you smell the blackberry in this, but that's the only berry you smell, and I thought there would be more berries in here besides blackberry, but there weren't. So I like the fact that this has like blueberries and raspberries in there, if I remember correctly, according to the notes of this, and I feel like they'll pair really nicely together and it'll bring out more berry in this, but you'll still have the nice vanilla and blackberry in here. So I wanted a more like fruity vanilla vibe, if you will, and I feel like pairing Creme Couture with this along with Berry Styles would just be a chef's kiss moment. So I plan on doing that in the future, but I didn't want to do too much layering of too many things at one time, so I'm like, we'll just go with these two for now. So I'm going to spray this on just to start off with, and then we'll start talking about the other ones, and then I'll tell you how this smells once it's dried down a little bit more. So let's see. So I've just kind of sprayed out this way. You all know I have my Apple Watch on, and plus when I wash like dishes and wash my hands and stuff, I noticed that fragrances leave that area quicker. That's why I try to like spray in 2 or 3 different places, so that way if it wears off when I sprayed it there, because of other things I do like wash my hands or do something else, I'm not losing the fragrance and then it left sooner than it was supposed to, because I washed my hands, not because it just wore off on its own, if that makes sense. So let's see how the Mrs. Smith and Kylie are doing. Okay, yeah, see, I'm definitely liking Mrs. Smith with Kylie as well, because again, it's playing up the apple and it's helping play down the watermelon. The watermelon is really like the disappointing part in this for me. If you like watermelon, I feel like you'll like it, because it's like a sweet green apple, and then it has like a little bit of tartness but a little bit of sweetness when it comes to watermelon. So if you like watermelon fragrances and you like apple, I feel like you'll appreciate the watermelon in it. It's just I don't like watermelon, so I don't appreciate it being in there. Anyway, let's talk about some other fragrances I was thinking about putting with it. So I felt like Vanilla Sin from Ellis Brooklyn might go really good with this fragrance. Hopefully it has some notes pop up here, because I was like, it's a vanilla and black cherry vibe mixed with a vanilla and blackberry vibe. I feel like could be like a cool little combination. So I'm thinking we might go ahead and do this one. However, I felt like vanilla blackberry would go really good with Chorizo 40, because you all know this has the top notes of black amber plum, and then the middle notes of jasmine bloom, and the dry down of vanilla woods. And since they both have vanilla and like a fruit in it, I feel like it could be an interesting combination as well. So with these is where I'm kind of like a little concerned about what exactly I want to pair it with. I know we're gonna do it with Berry Styles, so I'm gonna start off doing it with Berry Styles. Like I said, you can use my code GRACE10 on Snif's website to purchase anything you need. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll tell you what it smells like alone though. It's just a really nice soft berry mixed with like a simple vanilla and some musk, if you will. That's very much what it just gives me on its own. So I want to play up like some scents in it. So I'm thinking I might just go ahead and use the Chorizo 40, but I'll show you the other things we have first. So I have Berry Kiss from Love Shack Fancy, and this has the notes of wild berry, marshmallow, and cashmere. I felt like this would go good with it because of the marshmallow and the cashmere to go with the blackberry and then the wild berry. So that's why I'm going to try these together. I feel like it would give a little bit more sweetness to the sweetness that's with the vanilla, and a little bit more tartness for the berry that's with the blackberry. So it'd be a nice little balance. But again, I'm really leaning towards just doing Chorizo 40, which is probably what's going to end up being happening. But I still wanted to show you all the things I had brought. There's even more things I feel like I could put with it, but I didn't want to make this video too long with layering combos. But I know you all enjoy the layering combos, so I'm trying to find like a nice little balance. Then we have this one, the Sundays in Rio. It has warm vanilla, pink pepper, and amber musk. So if you wanted a good alternative to Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar or Love Notes from Ariana Grande, then I feel like you might like this body mist. And this is only I think $26, whereas y'all know both the fragrances I just named are quite a bit. Like Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, if you get the full size one that I normally buy, that I showed you the red Kylie one early, that's $100. And then I will say the Ariana one is a little bit cheaper. Hers is $85 right now, and if you buy the travel set, I'm not sorry, the travel set, the holiday set, you can get the travel size and you can get the full size for $85. I actually have that one in my cart right now because I'm like, I enjoyed the scent. It did remind me of Kylie, and it'll give me a more affordable alternative to recommend to you all if you were interested and didn't want to spend the $100 on Kylie. So I personally enjoyed that one. I loved this. If you want to just have a simple body mist version of it to when you go out quickly or when you go on vacation, because I know I personally don't like to take my full size fragrances when I go on vacation, I feel like it would be good for that. Or if you just have a teen that you need to gift something to who likes Kylie, but you don't want to spend Kylie money, you could get the Sundays in Rio for them because it's only $26 and you're not breaking the bank, but they're still getting something they love. The final one I had to talk about was Vanilla Milk from Ellis Brooklyn. I feel like this would just add a lot of sweetness to the vanilla that's already in there, because I feel like the vanilla in there is just a traditional vanilla, whereas this is to me like more of a vanilla bean sweetness, like vanilla extract vanilla. I feel like that's what Vanilla Milk gives me. So if you want to kind of sweeten it up like that and make it more like a nice berry with a very sweet vanilla in it to give more of like a pastry vanilla vibe with berry, like a blackberry cobbler type cream vibe, I feel like this would be really good for that. So that's depends on what you want to do. But in the future, I definitely am going to try it with Berry Kiss and tell you all my thoughts on it, because I feel like that is like the best one to pair it with. And Vanilla Sin, those are the two I want to try. So maybe tonight after I go to bed, I will try these two as the combination on each side of my arm and see how it works out, because I really want to try them. But I really just feel like the Chorizo 40 is going to be the best, because it gives me an idea of if it'll work as a nighttime scent with the right combination, or if it's just still going to be too soft after I combine it with something I feel like it's more nighttime to like soften it up, if you will. So let's see how it smells with. Okay, so it smells the way I expected it to smell with Berry Styles. Berry Styles just gave it a little more elevation of berry, but I feel like it toned down the vanilla in it just a little bit, but that's okay, because I expected vanilla blackberry to be more blackberry-ish, and I feel like it's giving me that vibe that I expected it to have. So let's try it with Chorizo number 40 now, right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm excited to see how that one's gonna smell. Are you all feeling like the face and the beat? Because I feel like this highlighter is quite glittering, and I didn't expect it to be as glittery as it is. So I was kind of taken aback. I was like, whoa, like this is way more glittery than I expected it to be. And I didn't know how to feel about it. I don't feel upset about it. Like, I like it just fine. It's just more of like, you know, when you be like, whoa. And they're bigger than the original ones they had. Like, The original one is in a smaller container, and it just looks like they made it like that much bigger, and then they spread the words around bigger. The good thing is, though, the highlighters aren't falling out the way they used to. If you all remember in my video that I did on the holiday collection of the 3 highlighters that I did get, it was like the rose gold one, like the copper one, and then the plain gold one. They had, each one of them had one of the highlighter pans that they had just like glued into them that were baked falling out. So the good thing is with this new one, they don't fall out, which I definitely appreciate, because like, you know, like I think they like 40 or 50 bucks a pop for those little containers, and I'm like, last thing I need is for stuff to be falling out. Like, I didn't pay you $50, like ho 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 ho. So the good thing is they're not falling out. But the sad part is, and go watch the video, like they have a lot of similar like tones. It looks like they put tones from old palettes that they discontinued and put them in new palettes to be able to justify like you buying them. So I didn't necessarily love that about it. I should have swatches and stuff in that video, so if you're interested, go check it out. I might do a short for those swatches as well, since I have to make separate footage of it. To do that, we'll have to wait and see, but let's see how this one is smelling. I was just trying to talk to you all to kill some time so I wouldn't have to edit out anything. But let's see. Okay, so I feel like it's giving a lot more wild blackberry, and I don't really smell the plum, but I do smell like the kind of ambery, deep vanilla scent that's coming with it, but it's not meshing the way I thought it was going to mesh, so that's interesting. It's not bad. Let me make that clear. It's not bad. It's just, it's not what I expected. Like, I expected to get a little bit more of like that vanilla sweetness and a little bit more of like bitter berry and maybe smell a little plum. Whereas I feel like I don't smell any plum. I still feel like I just smell the blackberry, and I smell a little bit of like smoky, like, what did I say, amber woods, and like the vanilla that's in this fragrance. But I don't smell any of the plum, and that's what I was kind of expecting to smell. So I'm a little bit shocked by that, but otherwise it's fine. I'm gonna try with Vanilla Sin and Berry Kisses tonight, and hopefully I might give you all an update before I go to bed at the end of the night. So I don't expect me to have a full beat on how it smells, but I will talk to you all later on tonight, because we have been here way too long talking about fragrances, but I just love to talk about them. I'll see you later. Okay, y'all, sorry about my dryer. It's the end of the night. I'm trying to finish washing all the clothes, and I'm on like my 4th load of laundry now. So I'm like, yeah, but I need to wrap this video up because it's like almost 11 o'clock at night, and I do have to take my son to school in the morning and other things I need to do. So remember, this is the side with Mrs. Smith on it. So we have Mrs. Smith with Moonstone up here. We have Mrs. Smith with Kylie Juicy Eating Apple down here. And then we just have Mrs. Smith on its own. So on its own, it kind of dissipated. But in all fairness, I did have to wipe my arm off like I told you all about in the past, because I did swatches for the eye look I have on now for my members only exclusive content. They have the eyeshadow looks that they pick every week from, and this week Dion Loves Makeup picked that we used the Lethal Cosmetics, so that's what's going on with my eyes. But random side note, anyway, I had to swatch here, so I don't think it's necessarily fair that it like truly got to stay that long, because literally I want to stay like an hour and a half after I put it on. Like, I had to wipe it off because I had to wipe the swatches off my arm so I could get into my eye looks, and I didn't want to have, you know, eyeshadow on my clothes. Let's see how it is with Kylie. So I like it with the Kylie just fine. I definitely feel like I can still smell it on the skin now, and I feel like the watermelon has calmed down quite a bit, and that was my main issue with Mrs. Smith. If you all forgot, I wasn't feeling the fact that the watermelon was like, you know, very potent in that fragrance. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it calmed down quite a bit. And now it's at the place where like you could hardly smell it. You have to come up close with the nose, but for a good long while it lasted around the time that they normally last for me, which is around like the 6 or 7 hour mark. Please keep in mind, everybody's body chemistry is different, so it might smell different on you, and it might last longer on you depending on your body chemistry. But most people I hear have the same amount of time I do, which is like the 5 to 7 hour mark, where like before it starts to linger and anticipate to where you don't really smell too much of anything. Let's see how it is with Moonstone. Okay, I'm still loving it with Moonstone. I think Moonstone is probably like my favorite combination that I've done with it so far, but I don't have that many combinations to do with it because I feel like there aren't that many fragrances that exist with apple. I might try it with Sweet Love from I'm sorry, I don't think it's Sweet Love, I think it's Apple Love from Ellis Brooklyn. I might try it with that to see. I felt like I wasn't really in love with that apple, but maybe combined with this apple I will enjoy it a little bit more. But so far those are the only real like combinations I can think of to go with it, so just something to keep in mind. Those are, I don't have that many combinations to go with Mrs. Smith, because I'm trying to pull out more of the apple and not necessarily the watermelon or the pear. Maybe you can put the Merit fragrance with it. I forgot the name of it if you want to pair it So if you want to get more pear out of it, maybe it would go good with that. Or Netta or Nettie's pear, I forgot the name of it exactly, but they had a pear fragrance. It might go good with that to bring more pear out of Mrs. Smith. I wanted to bring out more apple, so that's why I named the ones that I named. Let's move on to the vanilla blackberry side. So let's see. Okay, it smells nice and soft. It wasn't really that potent to begin with, so the fact that it was nice and soft is even softer now as time has worn on, obviously. Let's see how it is. Okay, so if you all remember, I put it with Chorizo number 40 right here, and I don't really smell any of the Chorizo 40. I only smell the vanilla blackberry, and I don't smell too much of it, so I'm a little disappointed by that combination. I thought I was gonna like that one a whole lot better, but I was a little bit disappointed by it. So then let's get into the one that's up here, which is vanilla blackberry and berry styles from Snif. You can use code GRACE10 on Snif's website. That's probably the one I like the best. I feel like it's the one that has the most wild berry smell to it. So I like the wild berry smell that it adds to vanilla berry. I feel like I might want a pair of vanilla with it though. That's why I had pulled vanilla sin to go with it, because I feel like the vanilla in that will be nice, and then it has still like a berry-ish scent to it because cherry is kind of a berry. So I feel like I'll like that combination better, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna like the berry kiss combination better as well, because it has wild berries in it, and then there's already blackberry in this, so I feel like blackberry is considered like a wild berry, so that'll be a great combination. I haven't tried them yet. I'm going to try them later on tonight when I after I get out the shower and relax, so I might give y'all a little review on that. But as for right now, I like it best with berry styles. I don't want to try those other two combinations I had, and I'm disappointed by Chorizo number 40, as shocking as that is. Anyway, those are my thoughts on all the fragrances that we tried today. I will see you all in the next video for Vanilla Nectar and Cherry Stem. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe, and the membership is down below if you want to see this eye look along with all the other exclusive member content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.